posted. My name is Genevieve, and today we are doing a live sew along. So I'm super excited to share with you all and hope that you will join me in making this fun free pattern, especially any beginner sewers out there. This is a great beginner sewer pattern, as well as if you're like me and you're learning a new machine. This is a good one for that as well. So we're going to sew today the free pattern from Spencer Ogg. It's the Podlet. There's all different sizes. Hi there, Miss Georgie. How are you? So we're going to be sewing this right here, just super, super quick. And then we're also going to be, I'm going to be making, if we want to stay here a little live, because these are not going to take us very long at all. I also, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know I've been dealing with some neck and back pain. I need to make a new sleeve for my microwave heat neck thing because it burned through, and so we're just gonna make a new tube with that. But we are doing this today because it is the pattern that came with, I am doing fabulous today, actually. It came with my Little Shindig Freaking Fabulous Fabric Club kit in February. So I'm going to be sharing these each month because I think the fabric that Katie over at My Little Shindig picks is always gorgeous, and you get 6 different fat quarters in it. I think I have a link for Katie, maybe in the details. If I don't, I'll make sure I put it there when we're all done. But if you are not on this Freaking Fabulous Fabric Club, it's a really great deal for 6 different fat quarters. If you've made my fabric floor pillow, it would be really great because they're all coordinated. You could definitely get at least 2 of those floor pillows out of one of these kits, but every kit comes with a free pattern that you can make with it or with another other fabric that you have. So, oh, my husband needs his phone. It's okay, honey. It's alive. We can get you your phone. Love you. See ya. Okay. All right. He had his phone on the charger. So yeah, so you can get these. You can join her. I don't know if she has a wait list right now or if you're able to. I think you are able to just enter and join it if you aren't a part of it. I've been getting the Freaking Fabulous Fabric Club. It's a mouthful. For, I want to say it's probably going on about 6 months. Every month is such a great array of fabrics. And then usually what she'll do is like, so this came in February, so I had it in enough of time that if I wanted to make some things that were very specifically like spring, I would have enough of time to do that. So the same thing for any type of holidays like Halloween or the Christmas holiday season. Like, she tries to make sure you get them in advance so that you can be making your items early. And I think that's great too for anyone who is a craft fair frequenter. If you're making items for craft fairs, it's always great to get your fabrics early so you have enough of time to make your makes. And almost every one of these free patterns that come with it are precisely the right type of pattern to do for a craft fair. They're reproducible and fast. So I'm going to share with you these little podlets by Spencer Ogg. So I'm just making, there's a couple different sizes. I put the link. Diane over at Spencer Ogg is so sweet. She's the pattern designer. Here's, I'll just show the top of the printout that I had. So she does have a tutorial for it as well. But she has all the measurements for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes, and you could change up the dimensions yourself as well. So you could totally make a variety of different sizes. She also shares in her tutorial how to put some plastic snaps on them to like close them up. But we're making today, it's called the mini pot size, because I thought, I don't know if you do this, tell me. I have a really hard time, so I love the Yoplait yogurts. One of the reasons I love them is I had taken a trip to Amsterdam and Holland a couple years back, and the yogurt that I had there was like, it was wonderful. And I was like, why don't we have yogurt like that here in the States? Why is it all like fake? And then the Oi yogurt is like the closest that I could get to like what the consistency of the yogurt over there was. But it comes, if you get the Oi yogurts, you know, they come in like little glass jars that I feel every time I get them, I'm like, oh, I just don't want to throw this away. Wouldn't it be cute, especially with this fabric, to take one of those little glass Oi yogurt things? You could stick it in one of these little, you know, podlets that Diane calls them, and put like a succulent or a little flower, seedlings. What a great thing for kids, like on Mother's Day or Easter. So this is what we're making today. We're making the podlets. Then she calls them, they're fabric baskets or podlets. It's a free pattern from Diane over at SpencerOgg with our My Little Shindig February kit. Sound good? I'm going to do some rotating of the camera a couple times because, again, remember the creativity corner is teeny small. So there'll be moments where I do pick you up and move you with me. So I am so sorry for any jostling around. But we're going to get started. We'll save my heat, and hopefully you don't hear beans go flying because I have these 2 holes. I should really hand sew those 2 holes shut before I slip it in a pouch. So the first thing that I did, which I'm not going to show, I'm not going to show the cutting out of the pattern because it's just measurements. It's just straight cutting measurements. So I want to make sure that you will go over and join Diane's group over at SpencerOgg and get the pattern. It's a free pattern in her group that gives you the download with all the measurements. Always support our pattern makers because it takes them so much time to do what they do. So even free patterns, we should be making sure that we're giving credit where it's deserved. So I have 2 pieces of my Little Shindig fabric. So here's the one print that I'm doing, and I have fused them with the Sew Fuse from Castine's Handcrafted. Okay, and so that's where we're at with one. I have like, this is going to be my outer part, but these are reversible as well. So that's what's really nice. And then what's great about the My Little Shindig kit is you always get coordinating fabrics, which I feel like if I didn't use it with the kit, I probably could use it with something else. So I really love that as well. So you need 2 of the same size, whatever size you choose, fused with some type of lighter interfacing. It doesn't need to be anything heavy duty. Let me see. I think, I don't know if I can see your chats on my phone. I can't. They go past me so fast. I'll bring my iPad over then and I'll see what everybody has commented, all right? Again, remember, I am new to doing the lives. And that's how lives are going to be videos are going to be until foreseeable future, because we have a farm here that we rent out campsites over the summer, and we're getting into the busy season of that. So what I really liked about these is Diane shows you a really cute way to do these. Like, you can fold these up and store them. Like, I just think it would be great for even like on a vanity area. So you could totally, I could totally turn them inside out, and we'd have a pouch that, you know, an inside out, you could use it both ways. But we're gonna do this. All right, so I'm gonna tilt my phone down so you can see what I'm doing here on my table. And if you would like to sew this with me, I hope you have downloaded and cut out your pieces. If you haven't and you're watching the replay, watch now, okay? Pause it now. Yeah, pause it now. All right, we're gonna tilt it down so you can see. Can you see okay? Yeah, you guys can see. There we go. All right. So the first thing, like I said, is you do want to interface your two pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron about 3/8 of an inch. Everybody's seeing okay? 3/8 of an inch down on both pieces, because that is our seam allowance, is 3/8 of an inch. And we're going to be using my new domestic machine. I also think that's what's great about Katie's Fabric Club is, you know, if you are a beginner sewer, it's such a great way to get introduced to some new fabrics. Specifically, you know, they're all cotton woven, but to get new fabrics and not have to spend a whole lot of money for, you know, yardage. I think that's one of the things that's really cool, especially for newer sewers. But if you are a seasoned sewer, the thing I like about my little Shindig is the kits, especially, is that the club is that if I need a boost, like a Sew Mojo boost, usually these patterns are like the perfect Sew Mojo boost patterns because they don't take a whole lot of time. And if I wanted to make a bunch of them, I can. And it's like just enough of new fabric to like be like, oh, I'm using something new and pretty. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold, this is my outer piece. I'm going to fold that in half. Okay, and I'm going to press it like that. Press that in half. Like so. Okay, so there we have our exterior piece. We have our 3/8 inch pressed down, and then we also have it pressed facing each other. And we're going to do the 3/8 of an inch as well here. On our interior piece. But instead of, oh, wait a second, am I doing this wrong? Okay, you guys. I think this is why lives don't go well for Jenna. Let's see. Let me think a second. Because I'm going to do this. No, that is right. This time we're gonna face the, you want to see the, on the interior you want to fold it so that you can see it, okay? So wrong sides together. All right, and then for this size, and she has for all the different sizes, you're gonna measure up for the size that is the pot, the mini pot. I'm gonna measure up, move my iron out of the way here. I'm gonna measure up 1.25 inches and just make a little mark there on both sides. And then I'm gonna make a little snip there. Okay. Just like so. All right. And now I'm going to fold this down to where those snips are on both sides. Okay. Try to make sure everything is even. And I suggest, I should have tried to do the bigger size first. I always recommend that. If you're not an experienced sewer, always start with the largest one first, because that's the easier way of doing this. Okay. So now I have like a W with my interior piece, and with my exterior piece, I just have a V right sides together, okay? Everybody following me. I'm sorry because I can't see you guys. You know what I'm going to do, y'all? Is I'm going to bring, but I don't know how much of a battery life I'll have. I'll bring my iPad over here so I can see it. Yeah. There we go. Now I can see you. All right. Everybody good? Everybody follow along? Do you need me to to stop or go over anything. Hi, Diane. Thanks for teleworking and watching. Hi, Ruth Allen. Georgie, I love you. She'll add, hello to all. I just finished 5 Easter baskets for my local gift shop. Found a pattern at Etsy. I really enjoy watching your videos and all the advice you give. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, so, all right, so we're here. We have our exterior, and we have our exterior and our interior. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our exterior and we're going to put it inside our interior like so. Okay? Just like that. See how that is? Okay? And I should have clips here, and I don't. Let me grab some clips. So I'm just going to take my clips like that and like that and just put them on either side like so, okay? Just like that. Now, this was the part that I almost did wrong when I was watching Diane's video because I tried to go too fast. I don't know if you guys do that too when you're watching videos, but I'm like, oh, I know what she's doing, and then I don't know what they're doing. I need to listen. So what you do is you're going to take your exterior side, both of them, all right, and you're going to line them up with the interior, just like that. And you want to try to make sure that everything is even, which is, I guess, the hardest part, is try to make sure that it's all even. So I just put a couple clips straight down through. I'm telling you, this is so easy. Like, you could pump these out so fast. You can make so many different sizes of them, like make little sets. And you could totally have made sets of these with the My Little Shindig Fabric Club. Because, I mean, I probably could get at least 8 per fabric, I think. Of this size, 8 or 10, I would think, of this size. But I bet you can make like a cute little set of them. All right, so I have all of this lined up at the top here. And I'm going to now take my clips that I had clipped on the center and just move them so they're to the outside. And now we're going to take this to the sewing machine, and we're just going to do a 3/8 of an inch seam on either side, straight down through all of it. Okay, and you just want to try to make sure that everybody's lined up pretty nice. All right, so this is where I'm going to bring you with me. Okay, hi everyone. All right, so we're going to come over here to the new Bernina. All right, I have a Bernina 475 QE that I just got in January. And I will tell you guys, my prior domestic machine, she was a 1970s singer, okay? And all of this happening here was not a part of her, all right? You know, I'm a seasoned sewer, but not on technology. So this is so good for me to just learn how she maneuvers and like what I need to do versus what I do. I really like the machine so far. She does not have a name yet. I had somebody ask me on the live where I unboxed her, like, did you name her yet? No, I haven't gotten around to go through the list of names people offered and to really like see like which name won. Right now, she's just the new girl on the block. All right, so I'm going to tilt you down so you can see here what I'm sewing. All right, so I have my piece here. Again, we folded both sides of the exterior up to meet the interior, and we have that clipped. And so I'm just going, move my clip here. I'm just going to sew 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm going to back stitch at the beginning and the end. And again, like I said, don't make fun of me that I'm like, oh, she sounds like she's doing something not fun. See, this is what I mean, you guys. Oh, is she still going okay? Yeah, no, she's not. This is what happens, you guys, when you don't know what you're doing with a new machine. So if you're new to sewing or you have a new machine, you're not alone. I don't know. I always seem to screw things up. I feel like one of the things that needs to happen with her is I do need to, like, I'm using the thread that came with her, and I really should just, I should just use, like, my thread, but I think I want to order, because it only has, I don't know if you can see this, it only has this little thing here, and I don't think, like, my, like, wizardry thread, yeah, I don't know. I feel like something needs to happen there. If you have suggestions or tips, let me know. We're going to try this again. All right, so we're going to start. And we're going to, there we go. Okay. And I'm so used to using my knee to lift up my foot with my SewALong. I feel like this also, as a sewer, you get humbled by using a new machine. Like, it can become so second nature with the machine that you're used to. Okay. Now we're gonna trim this down a little bit on either side, and I have to find the correct scissors to use. There it is. All right, so we're gonna trim, just trim it down halfway. And one thing Diane is so good at from SpencerOgg is, like, teaching you, like, get those corners clipped so that they turn real nice. Just don't clip your stitches. All right, so here we go. We're going to now open it from our exterior. Okay, we're going to turn it right side out. And now we're going to, it just turns out really nice because the corners are boxed, but not. It's so interesting. She's such a good pattern designer. So you see how the bottom of that turns out. Like, I think I'm going to make some bigger ones because these just turned out so cute. So now what we want to do is we're just going to go around and we're going to clip our exterior to where we want it with our interior so that we're not seeing it. And we're going to top stitch. Like I told you, this was going to be so fast. It was going to be the fastest YouTube live, excuse me, that I've ever done. Because YouTube lives are usually, depending on what pattern it is, it's always a long haul. So now, if you can take your, if you have your arm, it's a little harder with the smaller ones, but you can take your arm where you need it to be to get your top stitch. I'm gonna just increase a little bit for the top stitch, and I could follow right along there. So I'm gonna back stitch this only just because I haven't fully fit. Well, I'm not using nylon thread. We're just using cotton thread today. So we're just going to top stitch all the way around. But I think this is such a cute pattern, especially if you're trying to, learn some new techniques. That's the other great thing about the fabric club is, you know, every month it's a different free pattern that comes with it. And I'm lucky. I help Katie by sharing the club. And so I know what next month is going to be. And it's so cute. I'm telling you, you want it. I can't wait to make something with it. And I just love fat quarters. Like, I think sometimes fat quarters are like just the perfect amount of fabric. You know, you don't need the yardage that we think we need. Okay, we're just gonna clip our little stitches. Now, you can definitely take it over. I would like push it in and press this so that it's nice and crisp. But again, those little Oi yogurts, the little glass jars would be perfect. Perfect to put, you know, and even like little treats. Like, how cute would it be if you had like a more squarish Easter basket and you made a whole bunch of these and had little Easter treats, like rows of little Easter treats, and each little thing had a different little treat inside. That would be really cute, especially if you added the little, whoop, I'm losing it, added the little snap. I don't know. I feel like that would be really cute, almost like an Easter advent calendar. But there we go. There's our little podlet. All right. Tell me what you think, y'all. Was that fun? Fun and easy? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, let me see if anybody else has shared anything. All right, so now really quickly, I'm just going to do some straight stitching on this as well to make a new cover for my neck heat pad. If you've been following me for a while, you know that my big thing is about self-care. And boy, I got a little bit of my own medicine this past week. I have no idea what I did. I think probably it was a combination of stress and overdoing it, because that's usually when these things happen. But I ended up last week, it probably was like towards Wednesday, Thursday. Hi, Lauren. Like, I had this horrible stiff neck. Thanks, Diane. And it went from my neck to my shoulder blades to my arm. Like, one morning I woke up and I said to my husband, like, I can't feel the whole like left side of my body. It was not good. It has freed up for the most part. I still this morning had a little bit, but I would say for me, because I always share in my videos how crafting is the healing part, and like what lesson have we learned from the sew. So one, I'm completely humbled by my new machine, and the more you can get on a machine that you're not used to using, because I know some people have just recently bought industrials after So Magical. Like, it's very easy to allow it to sit in the corner because it humbles you every time you sit at it, right? Because you're learning, and that takes time, and we all want to feel like we accomplished something. So this type of sew, when you're learning something, is so good, because look how fast that was for us. The other piece of this puzzle is reminding myself to slow down and just take care of myself. And that's not always easy when you have so much going on and a lot on your plate. But it can be as simple as like a hot shower. Like, I would say even the past month and a half, my showers have been in and out. Don't take any time for yourself, right? So for me, that's the healing part, is humbling myself, and also just take a couple seconds. Take care of yourself, right? All right, so we're gonna straight sew. I already measured this piece. This was the fabric that I love these succulents. And Lauren's the rose girl. She's the flower lady. She makes beautiful designs with roses. But I just thought this is so pretty. It's a succulent, but it's like a rose succulent, which I love. I do not have a green. Tell me in the comments if you're watching this live or on the replay. Do you have a green thumb or a brown thumb? I have an in-between thumb. Some things like me, some things don't. My daughter has a green thumb, and she's the one who usually brings plants home, and then she goes to college, and I have to figure out how to keep them alive. And not all of them survive their visit with Nana. Which she knows already that's what happens. So all I'm doing, like, I'm just making a simple pillowcase for this, and then we're gonna shove it in there and we're gonna stitch it up. All right, Diane, I tried to get rid of stuff outside and they keep coming back. Hey, you know what? I mean, I guess if you didn't want it anymore, that's not a good thing. But it's one of the reasons I got into growing some of my own teas in the summer. I do have like a variety of mints and stuff. The front of our house is the north side of our house, so we don't get a lot of sun. So it's better to have things that are like shade plants. When I was younger, I didn't even read it. I was just like, "You're pretty. You can go in here." um and now I've paid more attention to, like, oh, I need something that has like partial or full shade to like go in the front of my house. And then the back of our house is all south facing, and so things get burnt so easily there because I forget about watering them, and then I water them at the wrong time. So I've also like mostly planted things that are like just continual renewers in the front. That I don't have to necessarily play with them a whole lot. So we're gonna keep sewing. The thing that this machine will do is it'll tell me when I'm out of my bobbin, which, Lauren, I saw you were not having a good time with bobbins this weekend. I don't know. The bobbin for this is like a bigger, like almost like my industrial size bobbin. And which is nice because you don't run out of it as fast. Ooh, I saw Cheryl, you said something about tropical plants. I love tropical plants. If I could grow tropical plants, I would. My dad, here's a little tidbit about me. My dad was a florist. From the time I was a teenager until I graduated from college. And I actually did my internship for small business with my dad's business. We lived, for a while, I lived in a place called Wells, Maine. And he mostly did weddings when he lived here in Pennsylvania. And we used to do some really beautiful weddings because we worked with the Hotel Hershey. And so lots of orchids and tropical flowers and a lot of those arrangements because you need the height. And yeah. In Maine, they used to always have in the summertime, because where we were in Maine was obviously more of like a tourism town. And so in the summertime, they would always have like tropical plants outside. But you know, Maine doesn't naturally have tropical plants. So I used to help my dad like take care of those when they were outside. I just don't have the thumb. I love flowers. And I think that might be a reason why I love floral fabrics. Like, that's also, I tend to gravitate to floral fabrics for some reason. All right, so we just made a sleeve, just a pillowcase. This, like I said, this is so not technical at all. And I think also, you know, this is the type of sewing, like when I first started, it was just straight. There's no shame in that whatsoever. Let's hope that it's wide enough that I did my measurements right. Let's get our corners out. Like I said, this just needs to keep my beans, my heat pad beans, from flying everywhere. All right, I'm gonna grab it. I probably should hand sew these shut, but I'm not going to. And This was such a nice little gift. So my heat pad actually, when I had my hysterectomy, oop, there goes a bean. I should have sewn these. One of my good friends, when I had my hysterectomy, got me this. It's like, I don't know if is it cocoa beans? I don't know what type of beans they are, but it's, see, I'll show you one. That's what's in it. But it's so pretty. Had pretty fabric on it. I don't want to get rid of it. And it works really well. Like, it doesn't get, I know, like some of them that you get in the pharmacy or whatever, they get like super, super hot that you can't even like put them on your body. The boy child is home. The bus just came by. Let's shove this little puppy in here. Come on. Come on. There he is. All right. So now I'm just gonna, maybe I should, so that it doesn't keep sliding into it. Let's see here. We're gonna, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to turn it in, and I'm going to hem it with my case, just so it doesn't keep like falling down into it. So we're gonna clip it. This is one of the nice things about learning how to sew, is that you can, you know, mend your own stuff. I think I don't mend for others, but I do mend for myself on occasion, because, you know, it is one of the nice things about sewing. All right, so I guess I'm gonna just fold that over like that.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, kiddo, I'm doing a live. All right, we're just gonna sew these shut now. Yeah, I can't believe it is the first day of spring. It doesn't feel like it here in Pennsylvania. It was very cold today. I would really like it to warm up, and then I'll complain when it's too warm. I actually don't mind the heat. I just mind the humidity here in Pennsylvania is yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But I am looking forward to days that I can spend outside a little bit more. We have a nice front porch with a porch swing, and I enjoy sitting on my porch swing and drinking my tea. Maybe I'll have to do a live sometime from my porch swing. I couldn't necessarily sew. Maybe I could hand sew something. But I really do like sitting out on our porch swing in the springtime before it gets too hot. The thing that's really nice about this Bernina 475 QE is that I've recognized so far, because again, I've only straight stitched with this. I'm like, I need to play with some of the other stitches. Is that it actually will readjust its tension. Like if you're going from like a thinner piece of fabric to a thicker piece of fabric, it'll readjust the tension underneath, which is fancy to me. Okay, and it does have an automatic thread cutter. I don't know. Let's see what everybody's opinions are on an automatic thread cutter. It's nice, but what usually goes first? It's almost like in cars. What usually is the thing that no longer works? All right, I think what I'm going to do also is, because this was stitched, there were stitches, like it was put in the thirds. I think I'm going to also do the same thing with this one, just because maybe there was a reason behind that. I guess just to be able to fit around your neck nicer. straight. Okay. And I just got to make sure that I'm not sewing over any beans. Oh, there's a bean there. I had made a bunch of these one year, but with rice. And I feel like the rice gets a little, like I said, I feel like it gets hotter. Which is okay for like cramps and stuff like that. But when it's like right against your skin, like on your neck, that's not fun. All right, let's see. I have to turn it maybe this way to get this side. So yeah, I really enjoy the Fabric Club. I'm so excited. I actually got to meet Katie at So Magical Texas and spend some time with her. She's so fun. If you're not part of the My Little Shindig group, you definitely want to join it. I think Wingo, which is like bingo for crafters, she does in her group, and she makes it a lot of fun. She even has like a bingo visor that she's wearing. Such a fun time. I don't know if I think if it is this week, I'll be able to be there. But if it's next week, I won't because it's spring break. All right. There we go. So there you have it. I just replaced that. Now I can heat my neck. Oh my gosh, that was so horrible. It's crazy. I said on my Instagram story today, when you turn 40, it feels like everything that like you hurt when you were young and you bounce right back from it, in your 40s, you start feeling it. Like it happened 20 years ago and now all of a sudden it hurts. So yeah, those are a necessity for in your 40s. But I love the Spencer Ogg little podlets that came with this kit. You can get the pattern. All you need to do is join Diane's group to get the pattern that has the five different measurements for 5 different sizes of these. Perfect for fat quarters that like what come in the My Little Shindig freaking fabulous fabric club. I think this is a perfect little spring fun. This would be even easy for kids. Like if you're teaching a kid how to sew, this would also be a really easy one for kids to sew too. I'm going to move you guys over so I can see if there are any more comments. Like I said, this was going to be a short tutorial day, y'all. Let me put you in here. You can see my Ellie. I'm a big Up fan. All right, so let's see. Ruth said, green thumb when I lived in Caribbean, tropical Texas, brown thumb, too hot. Lauren, yeah, I kept winning. Yeah. You have green thumb, and the succulent on your fabric looks like an aramonium. See, girl, I don't know the names. That's definitely more of my florist father, who knows the names of things. And my bestie over at the Woven Roots, Sierra, she's really, really good at knowing all the names of all the plants. That's probably partly why I'm not a green thumb. But I hope this tutorial was fun. I hope that you will definitely go over and check out the freaking fabulous fabric club. If not, at least join Katie's group, My Little Shindig, because again, she is so fun. The big thing, like her group is literally about community and having fun together. So definitely go over and join the group. And then definitely join Diane's group over at Spencer Ogg, because she does give free patterns fairly regularly. And she's really a very good pattern designer. Like, it's one thing that I've really been taking notice to as I joined more of the bag making community. There are some very good pattern designers, and Diane's definitely one of them. She takes a lot of time and a lot of pride figuring out her patterns, and you know, they're top notch. So I would highly recommend going over and joining her group if you aren't already. With that being said, next Monday there will not be a tutorial because it will be spring break and my college student will be home and I will be away. So there won't be a tutorial next week, but there will be a tutorial the following week, which is, I guess, is the first week of April. And yeah, I'll be getting out to all of my Patreon. So if you are not a member of Patreon and you would like to become a member of Patreon, I will make sure I add that link to the description. I always forget to do that. My Patreons really just help me with pattern ideas, fabrics, everything you need to run a YouTube account to share sewing, which I did not realize there was so much. And so kudos to everybody else who's out here doing this. So if you'd like to be a part of my Patreon, there are 4 levels. They're all named after feathered friends here in the farm, all named after birds. And the top 2 levels get some exclusive, like, crafty business support from me, so that you get a little bit extra content each month. So go and check that out if you can. It's over at thethunderbirdfarm.com, and you can go under, it'll show you, you'll see where it says handcrafted, you'll see where it says Patreon, as well as YouTube. All right. Thank you so much. And remember, crafting is the healing part, everybody.